Good day, my friends. I'm Mama V. I'm super excited to share with you that I get to cook up a storm in not one but two amazing kitchens, one in Ottawa, Canada, and the other in Reggio Calabria, Italy. So come join me in one of my kitchens and see what delicious dishes I'll be whipping up for you to try.
Good day, my friends. Once again, I will be joining my daughter Giulia in her kitchen. This recipe was created by Giulia herself. It is all about keeping things simple with just a few ingredients. So, believe it or not, we will be cooking chicken straight from the freezer. You got that. No thawing, no waiting around. These are chicken fillets, and let's see what else we need as ingredients. You will need at least 4 onions that you will chop up. You'll need also, give and take, 350 grams of cherry tomatoes that you will cut in half. First things first, you're going to heat up the pan with a good amount of Italian olive oil and butter. Make sure that you will melt your butter before you add your onions. Then you add your onions and get them to sizzling until they are soft and golden. Now here comes the fun part. You're going to drop in these frozen chicken fillets. When they hit the pan, they're going to release some water. Don't rush it. Let the water cook off completely before you move on. At this stage, you can actually see that the fillets are releasing the moisture in them. And you will also notice that there is a white rim around the fillets. At that point, turn them on the other side. At this stage, you can see that a good amount of water has been evaporated, but keep on moving the fillets around because we don't want the onions to burn. It is time now to season your chicken fillets with some salt, black pepper to taste. At this stage, you can see that most of the liquid has evaporated and the chicken is starting to sear and get that nice golden color. So you keep on turning them, making sure they don't burn. And then you are ready for the magic. A splash of white wine. This is going to add amazing flavor. Let it bubble away and evaporate and leaving all that flavor behind. So letting everything cook together until the chicken is fully done. And I'm telling you, at this point, your kitchen will have an aroma that people will actually say, "What are you cooking?" Before adding the next ingredient, we have to make sure that it doesn't smell like wine. If you don't smell a hint of wine in the vapor of the chicken, you know you are ready to add your cherry tomatoes that you cut in half. Now you just spread them out nicely and let it simmer for, I would say, a good 10 to 12 minutes. Then we will salt them and we will also add some pepper to it. After a good 15 minutes that the chicken fillets and the tomatoes are cooking together, you can actually see that the tomatoes are soft And also the onions are actually a little bit darker, and that's what we want to see in this dish, that the onions are darker and the tomatoes are soft. So my friend, this concludes our recipe for frozen chicken fillets with white wine, onions, and cherry tomatoes. Remember, elegance in cooking often comes from simplicity. Serve this dish with roasted potatoes, with a fresh salad, and suddenly your frozen chicken feels like a fancy bistro meal. Don't let the flavor stop here. Hit subscribe and keep cooking with Mama V.